Hello, welcome to my 3rd division build video. This build video is going to focus on the 4-piece Fire Crest and 2-piece Nomad gear bonuses. Now, the reason why I got the Fire Crest on there is I've focused this one on the Flame Turret skill, which will provide me excellent crowd control. Now, the 4-piece bonus specifically states that I get extra damage to people who are on fire, and so that's why we're going to use that specific skill, because we're going to want them to get as much fire as possible. I focus most of my stats on firearms, but I have a little bit of electronics to help me with my skill cooldown. And as far as you can see, when the timer reaches 0 on that skill, I'll actually have another flame turret to pop out right away. That only happens if it doesn't get destroyed earlier. To help stop that, I've got a lot of turret damage and turret health gear mods to help it stay alive, to help it do extra damage. Because again, with this one, the crowd control is going to do as much damage as possible, while still managing those crowds of enemies. And those crowds of enemies are going to be popping up everywhere in the game in different scenarios, and so it's just good to have have it ready. Now, I also paired this with an assault rifle, and the ACR I have was the same ACR I use on the Alpha Bridge. Giving me competent, destructive, and I believe adept on there as well. So I got a couple things working for me there. I've been shooting these guys here without the flame damage to show you how much damage I am doing, which is about 30,000 for my assault rifle. It jumps roughly about 38,000 with the flame damage added there. Conversely, with my pecan, as you see right there, it's doing about 38,000 damage when they're not on fire, but it jumps up to somewhere around 43,000 after they've been on fire. One of the key things about this is turret placement. There's a lot of enemies that will go up there and try to aim for the turret with their guns, or even actually the heavies that will actually run up there and give it a good old kick. As you've seen before, a lot everywhere. So as you can see there, these enemies are going down pretty fast, which works into me getting my health, getting more damage for the health on kill. This is an overview of my stats without the character page, showcasing the pecan that I'm using and the DPS on the pecan. Also the ACR that I'm using. Yep, competent, destructive, and adept, all really good talents. And this is just showcasing you the roles I actually received on each piece. Right there is what you kind of want: damage to elites and enemy damage to elites, armor, and ammo capacity in your chest piece. You want a high roll on your 3 main stats, plus damage to elites and then enemy armor damage for your mask. And so those are some of the bonuses for the Fire Crest there, plus 3 to your grenades, plus range to your flame turret, plus damage to your flame turret, and that 4-piece bonus of it getting extra damage for enemies who have the status effect of having been on fire. And for my chest piece and my backpack, I was really lucky because I got natural ammo capacity. What I mean by that is I picked it up off the ground and it already had ammo capacity rolled on there, which is just gravy, Yeah, now I want turkey. Anyways, so you kind of see that I'll shoot specifically for flame sources, and in this level there's just flame everywhere. The enemies themselves do flame damage, or some of the enemies themselves do flame damage. So this is actually a really great level to showcase, and show off this build for everyone to see. Again, turret placement, key to where you actually want. You want to keep your flame turret alive as long as possible. If it's on the ground, they have a high chance of aiming for that, no matter what enemy it is, and they can easily destroy. So, advice is to put it somewhere off in the way, somewhere like this, so it shoots down constantly at enemies.
Candle out.
This next section of enemies, you're going to see me take them down without the use of my fire. And again, I just really want to showcase the different build, the different sides of the build. You still want to have high damage without that flame turret, because you don't want to rely on just one thing. You want to basically make sure you're kept alive no matter what, using your natural stuff. It's great that you have a flame or a skill that'll help you out, but if you have that skill on cooldown or you can't deploy that skill, you don't want to have, you want to die because of it. I do have the recovery link on there in case I get into sticky situations. That's because I solo a lot of the game's content. I feel it's just a really effective way to farm the items and gear grind and basically stuff like that. This part of the level I displayed because you'll see me take a lot of damage, and you'll see me use a lot of things to get myself back up to full health. One of the things that's kind of weaker against, this build is weaker against, is snipers, because they have that long range, and obviously I don't have a lot of options on how to make flame damage against them at that longer range. So that's why, again, I have the LMGs, because the LMG, besides the LMG, the marksmanship rifle is the other long range weapon that you really want. I've never really been great at marksmanship rifles or sniper rifles. Anybody who's played with me since Halo 2 knows that I'm a run and gunner, I'm a up-in-your-face type of player, and so it never worked out for me for marksmanship rifles. And this game has a really
medical personnel?
bad sniping setup, and I just don't like it. So that's why I get the Pecan. It's a very stable gun for me at long range, while I have the assault rifle for medium to close range. An SMG actually would work just as well with this gear setup. Maybe in fact even better than the assault rifle. The reason I chose the assault rifle over the SMG is because I wanted to get against a little more distance. You're really wanting to keep the enemy at medium distance, and the assault rifle is actually one of the best guns in the game for medium distance. SMGs are really more for close range. I mean, they have no medium to long range capabilities at all. And again, that's just crowd control saving my butt. Axe guy. Those axe guys are like one of the most dangerous enemy types in the game, as of my opinion. So I just want to talk about the two-piece bonus here real quick, because I'm going to be using the Firecrest two-piece bonus. It gives me 3 extra incendiary grenades, which will help me get them out of cover, just like that. Sometimes if they get forced into cover, you're really stubborn about getting away and getting off of cover. So the two-piece bonus really helps out with that. This guy actually gave me one of the worst times I've had for a while, getting someone out of cover. which is actually, I would say, is one drawback of the light machine gun in this game, is because how the cover mechanic works is it drives people into cover, and so you really want something to decide you want something in your arsenal to cycle them out of cover, and I feel the incendiary grenades work really well with that. This is the last section of the Hudson Refugee Camp, and the reason why I put this in the game, or in the video rather, is that you'll see me go into a section. It's a very popular section. It's like almost like the best section to really kind of hang out in this part of the level. This is kind of where I just go. It's my part, but it does have its drawbacks, and you'll see that here in a second. So as you can see, I first set up my turret. It's going to shoot outwards towards Pedersen here, giving him extra damage, right? And as you can see, I'm taking damage, which is fine because I still have my damage booster shot. The first aid skill just helps me out with the damage, and boom, he's already dead. The flame turret's actually going to take care of him, and as you can see, boom, access immediately to my 6. And so as for that turret placement, it's shooting backwards, and that's just how awesome it is. I mean, there's just no really other word for that. It's just that little guy, flame turret, is just, when they revamped it, they really revamped that skill, and this gear set by itself has just been awesome because of it. So here's the crowd control in its finest form here. As you can see, that staircase can get pretty crowded. You can get a lot of axe runners coming up that staircase. And my goal is to take down the biggie before really he gets up there and destroys my turret, or the rushers rush in and kill me. Boom. There we go. And there's a couple more. I think this is coming up right here, or about in the second here. You're gonna see me take more crowd control ability here with that. Look at that. I'm able to reload. And kill them with no problem. That middle, I don't know, crate, pot, urn, flower accessory, that's going to be really the best place for me to put my turret in this little section here. Because it's going to shield them, it's going to shield it from taking too much damage from the two bigger guys I had killed earlier. After you see me kill all these guys, I think the last two are just coming up here, I'm going to show you really quick what talents I've been running. And I'll list those off really quickly because two of them are actually talents that are, two of them are talents that I use all the time, and two that are switch out. And it's going to be critical save, it's going to be precision, on the move, and wildfire. On the move gives you a lot of damage resistance as you kill people from when you're just running around, and wildfire just gives a kind of a brush effect. The fire gives a brush effect, so it's basically you can help me out and manage those flame status effect.